Thank you for joining us on the sweet language of life. This is episode 6. Right?
But ऐसे तो मतलब we can dwell into things. I mean, just living is a selfish act. You're doing a carbon footprint on nature.
No,
While
selfish act for whom? That's the question. If I want to sit in nature, right? And nature says, and you're talking to nature, right? Nature can say, hey, why are you sitting on the grass, right? But it never says that.
right,
It never says that. You are sitting on the grass, you are not asking anything from nature, you're just observing. You're not asking, hey nature, मेरे को थोड़ा प्यार करो. I don't think that that happens quite often. I don't know if there are people who do that, but I don't think that's happening. Right?
there
There
are
is
people.
no reciprocation involved. Right? At least for me. I don't know about
Hmm.
others. For me, there is no reciprocation. I go to nature, I cool off, I look at the birds, I look at squirrels, and my day is happy. I am not asking for reciprocation. I'm not asking nature, you bloody please me today. I had a shitty day, you bloody make me happy. I don't think that is what I'm doing. And nature also doesn't mind. Nature is the biggest giver. She doesn't ask for anything in return. So there's no selfishness there, right? But if it's people, right? And that brings me to the question, what is love at all? Right? For me, it used to be like 3-4 months back, it used to be, hey, it's compromise. If
Hmm.
two people genuinely care about each other, that's number one. People need to care about each other, and then they know that both of them are not going to be on the same page the same time, all the time, right? So they need to come to a compromise. I used to think that was love, but right now my thought is, hey, even if you don't want to stay with me, I can still love you because I genuinely care about you, and I am not looking
Right.
for any reciprocation. You don't need to stay with me, you know for me to love you, right? Because if you have to stay with me, then that's companionship. That's my ego saying, hey, you need to be with me to make me feel good. Your ego saying, hey, you need to be with me to make me feel good, right? But and within a relationship also, let's say you were married, right?
Hmm.
It is not always love. It is companionship and love, right? Sometimes you're expecting something from the
Cocktail
other,
of
right?
right.
You're expecting something from the other, and sometimes you're not expecting anything from the other, right? And I think love is that part where you're not expecting anything from the other, right? That is both ways, right? For example, when someone says, for me, uh, you know I don't want to draw anything. Let's say someone says, I don't want to draw anything, right? And I am drawing in front of her, right? And she says, hey, I didn't like that you were drawing in front of me, right? So she's also keeping expectations, although she's told me this 100 times that I don't want to draw, but you also have expectations that I won't draw, right? And it is selfish of me that I drew, but you also have expectations from me that I won't draw. So both of us are selfish, and if both of us are selfish, we've got conflict. When both of us have conflict, it's meant for separation, because two egos are fighting against each other. One ego wants doesn't want to draw or see a drawing, the other ego wants to draw and see a drawing. How can you come to a consensus there?
True. I think first of all, I mean, very you said it very right. Love is uh, you know beyond and without any consequences. You can be different, and you can be apart, but you can still love each other. I think most people, I mean, it's very common, we confuse love with care. We
Right.
often confuse love with care. So our emotion systems and our brain is conditioned, hey, okay, this girl's care for me for like 6 months, I might confuse it with love.
Hey, I mean, I actually feel care with a romantic outlay. I mean, if someone is your age and you are attracted to them, it might be physically, it might be mentally, like it can be the mind or anything, and you care for them. That's love for me, right?
Right, right, right.
If it's communicated and still I don't have any expectations from them, it that's love for me. As soon as I say, hey, if you're getting married, this has to be this, that has to be that,
Exactly your point.
that's companionship. That's not love anymore.
That's true. I mean, so Smay, you if you read some of, or if you read about some of the Sufi saints or Sufism, का जो पूरा idea है, that is very apt. Where what you said, that the moment I want to instill a change, or the moment I want to get into companionship, it the essence of love is diverted, and it is no longer there. So in Sufism, if you see, I mean, the idea of everything is love. I mean, they have contemplated so much of on their heart, or on the heart chakra, or on love. If they've made God or the existence or universe is love, for them everything is love. You know? And some of the stories are very thought provoking, and so this question, I used to always say this to my all my exes की, हमारा प्यार हमारा प्यार मैं लाइन बोलता था, पता नहीं यूट्यूब पे चलेगी नहीं चलेगी, हमारा प्यार जिस्मानी नहीं है, रूहानी है। प्यार जिस्मानी नहीं होना चाहिए, रूहानी होना चाहिए। मतलब इन सेंस की, if you have loved somebody, even if you're 80 or about to die, and if you just close your eyes, the the essence should be love, not fights, or not dwelling into अरे ये हो गया, this gave me this and this gave me that. The essence is very pure. I mean, we can just feel it, right? But I think here again, our egos and everything. To my experience is this. I mean, the moment we love somebody, love in the sense here I'm bringing care and everything into making a cocktail. We have this habit of changing it. मेरे को अगर मेरे को प्यार हो गया किसी से, तो मेरे को ना चेंज करना है उसको, because I know my intellect is so superior, and I have had all my life experiences. I want to give all the gyan. I mean, we confuse giving with just forcing our ideas on him or her. At times we are so dwelled and so powered by the emotion of wanting to care for that person. We just bombard them with our ideas, and this is this and this is that. We just do not want to grasp, okay, अच्छा इसके पास भी कुछ होगा बोलने के लिए, let. So I think this has been a weakness in me. I mean, jitna bhi I have read on everything, but this is a weakness. I do not know it's me or it's a general human trait.
High five.
But the moment
High five.
the moment yeah, the moment I love somebody, I care for somebody, I want to bring a change in them, because hey, I know something better than you. I do not know about you.
I don't think that is all. That is there because let's say I am in a better position financially than my partner, right? And I'm gonna think, hey, let me make this a better experience for both of us. Let me help you, right? Let me help you. Let me reach. Let me help you reach where you want to reach, right? And that's just the testosterone talking, right? That's just what's inside us saying, hey, nah, I genuinely care for her, but let's make this a better experience, right? But there's selfishness certainly on our parts, right? That we are expecting them to change based on us. That
Right,
alone.
but that's true. I mean, but do we really ask this question, that if she wants to change? I mean, I want to be financially good. I want to be financially, my ambition would be to be financially abundant. But the other person, I mean, at the outside of it, so the funny thing about dealing with people is, most of them are confused personalities. So am I. I mean, so when you really meet a person, most of them are showing traits, common traits of society, which are being, thrown at them. Okay, at a certain point of age, if you meet a girl of 26, 27, the idea of her life would be, career and my physique and okay, I have traveled this country or whatever. So this is what you throw. But coming back to now your first question, who really I am, what do I really want? This is the perception of what I have been thrown into. So when you deal with people, and when you especially deal with people in terms of companion, in terms of love and a partnership, so you really do not know. I mean, my experiences with people, and especially in love, my partners didn't knew, so am I. I'm including myself. I really didn't knew, and so didn't they know they really want to be financially good, successful, or just they really want to make people happy, or just they really want to be, a happy go person. I mean, a partner you are considering, if she wants just to be happy all the time, if you, even if you give him or her a job in Google, or a 1 crore ka package, so that might excite the person for, let's say, 2 years, 5 years, fire him or her up, like 10 years, okay. But ultimately, then again, coming back to your first question, who really I am, what do I really want?
Thank you for watching The Sweet Language of Life.